FBI has turned over a list to the Justice Department of the FBI agents who worked on the January 6 rioters cases. Are you planning to fire the FBI agents who worked on those investigations?
No, but I'll fire some of them because some of them were corrupt. I have no doubt about that. I got to know a lot about that business, that world. I got to know a lot about that world, that we had some corrupt agents, and those people are gone, or they will be gone, and it'll be done quickly and very surgically.
There's a lot of things about Elon Musk that make our lives difficult. I got a whole long list that I could go through, but the one that came to mind most today, because of what Donald Trump did, is what we should call Elon Musk. Is he the head of DOGE co-president, shadow president, actual president, vice president? I don't know, but one name seems like it really seems to work again, especially after what Donald Trump did today, and that's First Lady. Seems like Elon Musk is in the Oval Office. He's always by Donald Trump's side, taking pictures, they're playing songs, they're sharing dessert. I don't know, probably not, but maybe? I don't know if Donald lets anyone touch his McDonald's, but the moment that happened today at press conference with Trump really solidifies that. As he humiliated Melania Trump is really the only way we can put it. We're going to get into all that, but before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already, and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way. It really does mean a lot to me now. Like I said, Donald Trump was speaking at this press conference about a whole host of issues and topics. A lot of them were about Elon, so before we get into what he said, that really humiliated Melania, let's check out this one right here.
Engineers have access to these Treasury payment systems. The Senate Intel Defense wrote a letter to Susie Wiles. They're saying that these systems are used to disperse trillions of dollars each year and contain everyday Americans' personal information like social security numbers, home addresses, bank accounts. Why does DOGE need all of that?
Well, it doesn't, but they get it very easily. I mean, we don't have very good security in our country, and they get it very easily. And what we're doing, if you look at what has just taken place with respect to some of the investments that have been made on another agency that people have been talking about for years, but nobody did anything about it. It's absolutely obscene, dangerous, bad, very costly. I mean, virtually every investment made is a con job. There's nothing of value to anybody unless there's a kickback scheme going on, which is possible. And we're going to be doing more and more of that. We're going to be looking at Department of Education. We're going to be looking at even our military. We're going to be looking at tremendous amounts of money, Peter, being spent on things that bear no relationship to anything and have no value. We're talking about trillions of dollars. It will be, in the end, trillions of dollars being absolutely wasted, and perhaps illegally. I would say certainly in many cases illegally, but perhaps illegally overall. And I'm very proud of the job that this group of young people, generally young people, but very smart people, they're doing. They're doing it at my insistence. It would be a lot easier not to do it, but we have to take some of these things apart to find the corruption. And we found tremendous corruption.
Now we're going to talk about Elon's little weirdo squad of tech hackers tearing apart our government a little bit later in the show, because I want to get into that. But Donald Trump's complete disregard for it, which I don't actually think is the case. I don't think it's that he doesn't care. I think he doesn't actually know. It reminds me of when Trump was trying to distance himself from Project 2025 and said, well, I've never even read it. Which was the only believable thing that Donald Trump has ever said, is that he wasn't able to get through an 800-page document. I don't think Donald Trump can get through an 8-page document unless it's mostly pictures. So, yeah, that's not a shock to me, but that's concerning. Like, I think I might actually be more concerned with Trump not knowing anything going on with Elon, or not caring more so, than giving him complete free range. Because then what is happening? What security clearances aren't being checked? What is open to him to destroy? That terrifies me. And again, more of that Trump doesn't really care was shown in this clip right here.
I wonder what you make of the criticism from Democrats that these staff reductions, the cuts that Elon Musk and DOGE are doing are an unlawful power grab. And is there anything you've told Elon Musk he cannot touch?
Well, we haven't discussed that much. I'll tell him to go here, go there. He does it. He's got a very capable group of people. Very capable. They know what they're doing. They'll ask questions, and they'll see immediately as somebody gets tongue-tied that they're either crooked or don't know what they're doing. We have very smart people going in, so I've instructed him go into education, go into military, go into other things as we go along. And they're finding massive amounts of fraud, abuse, waste, all of these things. So, but I will pick out a target, and I say go in. There could be areas that we won't, but I think everything's fertile. You know, we're a government. We have to be open.
I don't want to give Elon any credit, but it clearly seems like he's very good at playing Donald Trump on this, that he doesn't want to have that conversation clearly, because then he can just kind of escape accountability. If they don't talk about what Elon can't do, if he never raises it, he just do whatever he wants, just clearly what he is doing. And what he's doing is breaking the law and allowing 19 and 22-year-olds to do it as well. Again, we're going to talk about that a little bit more in just a bit. But before we get into the really depressing news, I want to see some humiliation of Melania Trump and a response that Trump gave to a question right here.
I have two on DOGE. Elon Musk said today, I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. What does the First Lady think about that?
Oh, I think she'll be okay with it somehow.
So, in case you misheard Peter Ducey, I want to read the tweet that Elon posted right here. Elon wrote, "I love real. Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man." I don't know why he had to preface with as much as a straight man can love another man. I think we're all allowed to love each other. But in the words of the great philosopher Tim Walz, these guys are weird. Just weird dudes. And then Trump saying, "I don't really think Melania cares," I guess it kind of humiliates him as well. Also, have you noticed that Melania has been gone lately? She went on the trip with Trump to go see Gavin Nome when she got a little smooch, little kiss on the cheek, and it's just been absent since. But do you know who, we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of Elon, a little too much Elon. Any amount of Elon in the government breaking the law and stealing our private data, it's too much Elon for me. Especially with the group of guys he's got around him now. And Rachel Maddow did some great reporting on that right here.
This delightful advance in this story from the Wall Street Journal, which exclusively reported that the actual kid, the actual person who Donald Trump and Elon Musk had let into the Treasury payment system, the actual person is this person. Quote, "A key DOGE staff member who gained access to the Treasury Department's central payment system resigned today after he was linked to a deleted social media account that advocated racism and eugenics. A 25-year-old who is part of a cadre of Elon Musk lieutenants deployed by DOGE to scrutinize federal spending resigned after the Wall Street Journal asked the White House about his connection to the account. The account posted in July, quote, "Just for the record, I was racist before it was cool." The account wrote on Twitter in September, quote, "You could not pay me to marry outside of my ethnicity." In reference to a post noting the prevalence of people from India in Silicon Valley, the account wrote, again in September, quote, "Normalize Indian hate." After the Wall Street Journal inquired about the account, White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt said that the young man had resigned from his role. Again, this is one of the Elon Musk lieutenants, one of his bad news bears, who specifically was allowed access to the most sensitive payment system in the entire U.S. government, the one that sends out more than 90% of all payments for all things from the United States Treasury. This was that specific kid. And here's my favorite part of this reporting from the Wall Street Journal. After this, the Wall Street Journal uncovers what this kid has said. I was racist before it was cool. You could not pay me to marry outside my ethnicity. Normalize Indian hate. After the Wall Street Journal turns up that stuff from this kid, the Journal then does, there's then an interview, with Bloomberg, in which Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, quote, defended the work of DOGE employees appended to the Treasury Department, describing them as, quote, highly trained professionals. That's why he gave them access to the most sensitive payment system in the entire U.S. government that partisan political actors have never had access to before in the history of this country. It's because he checked. They're highly trained professionals. Normalize Indian hate. At Wired tonight, we learn about another of Elon Musk's JV team, these highly trained professionals that are very trusted by the U.S. Treasury Secretary. This is from Wired.com tonight, quote, a young technologist known online as Big Balls, who works for Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has access to sensitive U.S. government systems. Highly trained professionals. However, his professional and online history call into question whether he would pass the background check typically required to obtain security clearances, according to security experts who spoke with Wired. Quote, one of the companies he founded, which is called Tesla.Sexy LLC, controls dozens of web domains, including at least 2 that are registered in Russia. One of those domains, which is still active, offers a service called Healthy, which is an AI bot for Discord servers targeting the Russian market. Someone using a Telegram handle linked to the young man also solicited a cyber attack for hire service in 2022. At Path Network, the young man worked as a systems engineer. Path has at times listed as employees Eric Taylor, also known as Cosmo the God, a well-known former cybercriminal and member of the hacker group UG Nazis, as well as Matthew Flannery, an Australian convicted hacker whom police allege was a member of the hacker group LulzSec. So these are the highly trained professionals. That was the exact phrase from Trump Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. This is the team that he's decided it's totally fine to give them complete access to the highest security systems in the whole U.S. government, including the ones that have your social security number, your personal identifying information, your bank account information, potentially your health information. They're highly trained professionals. Why wouldn't they be given everything? CNN reports tonight, quote, a 23-year-old representative from Elon Musk's DOGE was granted access to the Energy Department's IT system yesterday by Energy Secretary Chris Wright. This despite objections from people in the Department of Energy, which controls access to information about U.S. nuclear weapons. I don't know if you worry about nuclear weapons. I don't know. I don't know if you worry about the safety of your social security number and your bank account. I mean, everybody has their own, things that keep them up at night, right? Did you ever worry about, air traffic control? Our nation's new transportation secretary, who until a few weeks ago was a weekend host on the Fox Business Channel, he announced today that this crew, operated by Elon Musk, this is the group to whom he's handing over the national system that we have in the United States for air traffic control. He's letting them, quote, plug in to the system to fix it. Because who among us doesn't feel better about having a 19-year-old with links to Russia and famous criminal hackers who goes by the online handle Big Balls in charge of American air traffic control?
Now, I went on a bit of a rant about this last night as you saw that video, that it is a little shocking to me that we needed to unsurprisingly see that one of Elon's little tech guys in DOGE was a bad person. that he was tweeting a bunch of racist stuff. What a shock. The Venn diagram of really hardcore Elon Musk fan and young white racist guy is a circle. It's complete overlap. Probably, maybe there's someone out there. I don't know. We don't need to make the broad generalization. But again, that's shocking. Not shocking to me, but that's not what's bad here. Sure, employing someone who posts a bunch of racist stuff, this going to get 2 thumbs downs for me. But what's really bad is anyone without a security clearance or oversight hacking into our most secure data. There was a report out yesterday that one of the kids might have gotten like close access to information about our nuclear arsenal. And he's like 21. It's absurd that is what is wrong, and it's really shocked me that anyone has tried to argue otherwise, that this isn't just bad. It is bad, and it's what we're going to have to keep talking about on this show every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around at the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you soon.